Welcome, everyone, to the Georgia Bulldogs episode. Okay. Listen, I'm going to keep it real for a second here. Nobody has any idea what we've been through but us, and we're going to
Yes.
keep it that way. We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it rolling. So, for those of you that are new here, this is my top 25 college football teams. I have my own top 25. And so, the way this is going to release is going to be the top 25 team is going to be on the August 1st. And then we're going to work our way down and to get us to kick off first week of the season. The other thing is, I will have all of your information in the description below so everybody can find you on all the platforms, all the areas you're at. And I know a lot of people will be shocked to know this, but as a Texas fan, I'm actually excited to talk to you because I love good
Yay.
football. And so if you want to just introduce yourself and let us know about you, and then we'll just get started talking about these Georgia Bulldogs that, quite frankly, a lot of teams can't keep out of their mouth. So
Exactly. I love it too. It's been a long time coming. But no,
yeah.
my name is Ebony, but I actually go by Lady E or Eda Goddess on Twitter, and that's where you pretty much can mainly find me unless you want to catch me on my podcast, which is called Enters the Lab. We will start kicking it back up once NFL starts getting their training camp, because again, we have a lot to catch up. But
Yes.
we're not here about NFL. We are here about these dogs. We are here about Georgia. I'm originally from Atlanta, born at Grady, East Side Atlanta, Zone 6 represent. Anyway, but yes, I am literally diehard and true a Georgia Bulldog fan. But as I was talking earlier, if I had to choose, because I am a military brat and I lived in Oklahoma, Boomer Sooners. So I am a Bob Stoops fan. There you go.
I like it. And I told you this, like, I don't cheer against anybody's team.
Yeah.
I just want my team to do well. So if you like, I don't care who you like, go like them. But I'm cheering for my team. So
Exactly.
leave me out of it.
I tell that to everybody all the time. I used to live in Texas, so I have been around Longhorn fans, Aggie fans. I have been around Texas Tech fans. I have been out around Lumberjack fans. Shout out to Stephen F. Austin. I had literally friends go to Rice, University of Kentucky, legitimately going to Oklahoma, legitimately even coming out here to Georgia. So
yeah,
I'm friends with everybody.
I love it. I love
season.
it. Yeah, right. And now when my team's playing your team, don't talk to me.
Exactly.
But like before that, like I love to watch your team. Cool. Y'all look cute. Whatever.
Yes.
So having said that, what are you looking forward to this season? How are you assessing the season? What will success look like? Like, what is something that you're paying attention to as a Georgia fan?
So for me, any Georgia fan will actually tell you this: a successful season is us going and winning another national championship. I think we kind of got spoiled with that coming back to back. But I'm gonna be honest with you: Georgia has come a long way, just from the history standpoint of a perspective. So again, we always used to get that 1981 jokes all the time and everything and stuff like that. But we're the only team in the 4 playoff standings to go back to back. So Georgia has everything, but one thing I will say this season that I want to is basically getting back to dominating the trenches again. But most importantly, offensive consistency. Bobo has gotten a lot of lack, even for me. Because again, we were spoiled with Todd Monken, and we expect to have that same consistency, especially with him learning underneath him. So we do want to see that offensive consistency. Again, we have been known to have great offensive linemen. So I do want to see a little bit more consistency with that. Basically running the ball more effectively and efficiently than what we have been doing these past 2 seasons. Again, I mean, hey, we have Nate Frazier. He's going in. We got some good running backs that are coming in that are freshmen. So I can't wait to see them. We have had major success with freshman running backs. I mean, Nick Chubb, Sony Michelle, to name a few. Let's even go back to Todd Gurley. So again, we had some great running backs come through with us, but I do want to see Bobo come up with better scheming, better disguises. We got a lot of wide receiver depth that's coming in as well. And then he has his guy in Gunnar Stockton. Yeah. So I do expect to see that. We do have some good talent coming back, like Scobie, Dylan Bell. We got Kobe Young back too as well. We added a couple of pieces like Branch from USC. Can't wait to see him. And then we even got another great tight end and Elias Williams. So I really want to see my offense do what I know my offense can do. So that's going to be my success. But I mean, we're Georgia.
Yeah.
We want to win championships. SEC
right.
championship to be exact. Another natty would
Yeah.
be fine, but we definitely want that SEC too.
I like it. I think too, what I've learned, like, because I've always said if Texas can mimic Georgia as far as like competitiveness, aggressiveness, and all of those things, like I think we'll be fine. But I'm waiting for it. Like and I keep saying, I'm like, and I always say, like, I don't ever, I've never disrespected Georgia. Every time we play them this year, I was like, can Texas take their aggressiveness from them? Do what they're doing, bully them, like, because in football you can say bully them and nobody gets upset, and so I'm like, I'm kind of waiting. Yeah. And so I love that. And being a team that plays you all, I would agree with all of that. I feel like those are the things that you look for. So anyways, yeah, one day, Texas, one day, get your crap together. Anyways, what is the strength of this team? What do you think the strength of Georgia is heading into 2025? If you like the content you're getting, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Don't forget to turn on those notification bells and do all the YouTube things.
Our defense has been known from, I mean, come on, we literally have the Philadelphia Eagles and Eagle fans. Like, I know a lot of Eagle fans. That's surprising, but they're literally saying, "Hey, we have the Philly Dogs." So our defense is very something that we strive on, and that's thanks to Kirby. Again, we didn't have good defenses before. Defensive players come out of Georgia beforehand, even under Mark Richt, but this underneath Kirby has been something totally different, and I love it. Like when you have players like CJ Allen, Christopher Miller, Gabe Harris, KJ. I love KJ. Jordan Hill, Dalen Everett. I call him Six every time. Go Six.
Love it.
Janelle, Chris Cole, Daniel Harris, and even Elias. He was supposed to get some playing time last year, but he did get on the field. We did see him a little bit, but I'm hoping for that. Like my DBs, I do have a little question mark about it because, again, those are hard shoes to fill when you lose a Malachi Starks and even my hard-hitting Dan, Dirty Dan. So I'm looking at these guys to basically step up. I'm not worried about Chris Cole. I'm not worried about CJ Allen. Those guys are going to be what they want to do. But, one thing that I was recently talking to a friend of mine about it was literally, our 2021 defense, best defense to come out of Georgia. But we had our ups and downs with it. Statistically wise, on paper, our 2022 defense was actually better because they were a bend, don't break defense. As long as we can get back to that bend, don't break, I am fine with it. I do want us to get better with setting our edges. I do want us to get better with, stopping the run, stopping mobile quarterbacks. Because again, we lost Jalen Walker. We lost Smile Munden. We lost Michael Williams. We lost some good other pieces, this year as well. That is like, okay, who is really going to step up? I'm not worried about my line. Or my linebackers, I really wanted to know about, my DBs. That's Kirby's position. That's my position. I'm a DB girl. Always love me a safety. Love me a good corner. So I'm really looking at this group and really waiting for them to really like step up and step into it. They do have a great leader in Dalen Everett. So hopefully he can get these boys together, get them in line, and let's go. But yes, our defense, like be prepared to try to stop this defense. I am ready to see it.
I love it. So, and also I just want to point out, if somebody's watching this visually, you will see your voice never goes out. I can hear every single thing that you're saying. The visual goes in and out, mostly in, sometimes out. So just calling that out, that we're totally aware of it. Okay. We are doing our best. All right. That is what we're doing. So FYI, but everything you're saying, I can hear it very clear, and that's fine. So just calling that out. So just, how people will be like, well, in the thing, like, we know we're trying. Okay. We are trying.
Yes.
So having said that, so what do you think?
Mercury got his break. No, you're fine. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, tell us all about Mercury. Let's hear it. Tell us all about it.
Mercury got his micro braids in right now, so we're making it work. Literally, and then plus it's probably storming outside, so that's probably why the internet is going in and out. I just realized and heard the thunder just a second ago. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it came from Texas, and then we sent it on. We're like, we can't deal with this anymore.
No, take it back. I left Texas for that reason. Take it back.
It's so funny. So what are the weaknesses of this team this year? What are some things that have you just a little bit concerned as you're heading into the season?
Quarterback.
Yeah.
Ever since Kirby came, we really haven't had a consistent quarterback. I mean, we went from Jacob Eason to Jake Fromm to Jamie Newton. That didn't work out. Then it was Dewan Mathis, and then Stetson, then JT, then back to Stetson, and then we had Carson Beck, and then now we have Gunner. So it's, we've been playing musical chairs with that. We really haven't had like a 4-year starter since like Aaron Murray in that capacity. So there's that. But Bobo, this is Bobo's guy. He wanted Gunner. He's basically has petitioned and campaigned for him. So I'm hopefully he knows what to do with him and we can do it. If not, we do have a top 5-star coming in next year, and we got a couple of pieces. So if it don't work this year, we'll see you next year. Like that's basically what it's gonna be. So I am really just, that's where we're at.
You're like, if it all goes to hell, that's okay because we have a backup.
And I mean, at this point, he's not even in the top 10. Like literally, we don't even have a preseason offensive player in the rankings right now. Like our defense is, but the offense isn't. And I think some people that I have seen has literally have Gunner like the last in the SEC as quarterback. So I'm like, y'all only basing that off of 2 games, literally 2 games where he came and played half a game against Texas. Literally, who's going to prepare for that? I mean, as Georgia, we're historically known for, the Tua and the Jalen Hurts experiment in the playoffs,
right?
Literally in the national championship. But it's like, who's prepared for him? And then once you get film out, you have another team that's prepared, and he's not really full season and everything. You're going to get people to stop him. I was a firm believer of us not going to the SEC championship. I just wanted us to rest to go through that, and then we probably could have had Carson playing with somebody with some experience. But hey, it is what it is,
Life shows up in different ways, so it's okay. Yeah, and I never even thought, I never even look at those preseason thing. Everyone's like, oh, my team. I'm like, okay. And I always say I want to see last season's preseason and the end of the season. I want to compare those.
Yeah.
To see like how good people really did. But anyways, that's a different conversation.
Carson, he proved that you can have a very down year.
Hello, viewers. Hello, like I know.
You can have a very down year. So there's that.
Yeah. Good old Carson Beck. Anyways, we'll just leave that where it's at. He's gone. What is one game on your schedule that you're looking forward to the most, and why?
Alabama and Texas. Alabama hasn't been to back to Stanford and since like I want to say was that like 20? No, it was whenever that hurricane happened. I can't remember that date at the top of my head right now, but we were playing them in a hurricane basically.
Okay.
We lost. And that was the last time Alabama ever came. And then too, before we made the expansion, we were in East versus West, and we've never seen a lot of the West teams, but every 4 years. So big names like Alabama, LSU, Texas A&M, different things like that. We never seen them. The only ones that really stayed on our schedule was Auburn, because we're the deepest South oldest rivalry. So we're going to stay playing Auburn every year, but it was always a rotation with Alabama, even LSU. So we haven't. I mean, the last time LSU came and played that I remember at Stanford was when Aaron Murray was there. So again, we haven't seen those teams in a long time. So definitely that's going to be one. And on top of that, we owe them. So that's just that. But Texas has never been to Georgia.
Never.
The last time we don't even really, just for people who don't know, Texas and Georgia really don't have a rivalry. We only see each other if we play each other in playoffs. And the last time that we played them, like even before the Sugar Bowl, was back in the Cotton Bowl, and that was like in the 50s. So we do not see Texas like that. So for Texas to make its way outside of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium all the way to good old football country in Clark County in Athens, yes, I definitely want to see that. So
yes,
those are my two.
Me too. I have a feeling obviously if everything kind of goes like people think it will go and everybody's still healthy, I have a feeling it's going to be like one of those games that everyone's going to like, because it has the potential to be. I mean, it was like that last year, right, in Austin. Like obviously Texas forgot to show up the first half. Well, Texas's defense did, but whatever. But I don't think people realize like how big these games are if you're not in the fan bases, because you don't watch the schedule for the game, but you kind of know when they're coming. And so you're kind of like, it's the lead up. And so I love that. I'm super excited. I will be honest and tell you, I'm not cheering for any red teams this year for obvious reasons. And we play Ohio State first this year. So there's also that. And then we have Oklahoma, who is also red. So I'm not going for any red teams this year. I'm not sorry. So I'm just calling it out there. So, so it is what it is. Well, I love that. And I guess the other question is, do you pay attention? Like, so Texas is new to the SEC. What is the Georgia, Alabama thing like? Because for me, it feels like everyone gets up and is so excited for that game. Has it always been like do you see them as rivals? Like how does Georgia see Alabama?
So it's kind of funny and it's kind of weird at the same time, because we don't play them enough to really be rivals per se.
Okay.
But because Georgia has always been but Alabama has always been a thorn in Georgia's heel as one of those programs, is that we never got over the hump. So
got it. Okay.
We finally got over that hump and beat them. But it's like when Kirby came in and he kind of put Georgia like on the map. So just to give a little history. So the West has always been competitive because of the teams that are over there on the West side. The East, not so much. Majority of the rivalry has really become between Georgia, Tennessee, and Florida. Okay. When Missouri came in, they gave everybody a little, gave them a little scare. Kentucky has always been up and down, and then you had the likes of Vanderbilt.
Okay,
that's there too. So when you're looking at all of that, and I'm not mentioning Florida for a reason. Well, I did mention Florida, but I'm not going to talk about Florida for a reason. But Florida had its moments. Tennessee had its moments. And then you have everybody else trickling down. Well, Georgia has always been the one that has dominated pretty much, like kind of less in like leading. Once Mark Richt kind of left and we got Kirby, we have been technically dominating. I mean, we dominated Missouri. We always dominate. Everybody dominates. Tennessee has been up and down with us, but for the past couple of, I want to say ever since like going on 5 or 6 seasons now, we have dominated them, even with the likes of Kentucky. They beat us once. We come back, boom, 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 boom. They haven't won since then. They give us a scare, though. I will say that. Them in Missouri definitely give us a scare. Right. And then, like I said, when it comes down to Alabama, it's just, for whatever reason, we can beat everybody else. We beat LSU. We haven't beat them currently and recently, but we have beat them before. We beat Arkansas, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Texas A&M, but every time when it has come to big bad Alabama, Georgia has never been able to really have that.
Got it. Okay. So it's not like a rival based on as many times as you all have played. Yes. It's a rival because they are kind of in the way.
And basically, and we like I said, we finally got over that hump, but then last year it was just even trying to get ready to play them to go to the SEC, trying to win the SEC championship, and then last year, so it's like we can beat y'all in the playoffs natty wise, but we just cannot beat y'all in the freaking regular season or in that SEC. So it's pretty much, in correction about LSU, we did beat LSU in the SEC championship when Jaden was there, Jaden Daniels. So, but it's just never happened.
It's just like a thing.
That. Yeah, it's just a thing. It's like a thorn in our side that we always had. So yes, people get up for it because it is Georgia and Alabama, and everybody always picks Alabama because they know Georgia just, for whatever reason, just does not show up that game. Yeah. But hopefully times are turning and churning, and that we can pretty much get that. Other than that, I mean, our real rivals on the West are really Auburn. Can't stand them because we call them Auburn. We can't stand them. Tennessee, Florida, And well, those are the main two. We just can't stand just Kentucky and Missouri. It's just like one of those, like, oh, we got to play them again.
Yeah.
Like, let's just get it over with.
It's funny doing this series. I never realized the Georgia Florida thing. I never knew. I never heard of it. I never knew it was a thing for real. I didn't really, whatever. But Florida made it very clear it was a thing. So I'm like, okay.
It hasn't been a thing recently, but yes, it's a thing.
Yeah. And I just didn't know. And so I'm like,
the swamp roaches.
Yeah.
We
can't
stand the swamp roaches,
girl. And then the other thing I didn't know is how people talk about going to play in Auburn, how it's kind of like it's a tough place to play. It just
the toughest place to play in the SEC.
I'm like, what? I never knew.
It doesn't matter and really, to be honest, it doesn't matter if Auburn's having a bad, if you watch the game last year when Auburn played Texas A&M,
yeah,
that's why it's a hard
just wonky
place to play. It's just it's the crowd, it's the environment. Like I said, this year we're going there, so it's it's one of those things is this where it is. And then two, like for whatever reason, they get up to play Georgia. They get up to play everybody. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of the toughest places to play on the road with Auburn for whatever reason they get up.
I got it. Okay. So what would you consider Georgia's trap game this year?
All of our whole schedule, we do not play Georgia football.
Every single person.
And I mean, for Georgia, I can't speak for everybody else, but what I am going to speak for the University of Georgia, many schools, like we play Marshall. We could lose against Marshall because we take them for granted.
Right.
Because they're Marshall. You know what I'm saying? And then last year, Kentucky almost beat us. We only won by 1 point. Like, we only won by 1 point. So you got teams like that. Ole Miss literally recruited and went in the transfer portal to beat us.
Yeah.
That was their goal. That was Lane Kiffin's goal, was to beat Georgia after that whooping that we gave them the year prior. But you got to come back for this other whooping that we owe y'all. So, Florida is Florida. It's going to be a game, regardless of what it is. Tennessee is Tennessee. It's going to be a game. Like Mississippi State, regardless of how people look at Mississippi State, they give us a hard time for whatever reason. You know, Georgia Tech, we went into 8 overtimes with them last year.
Yeah.
There's that. Our whole entire schedule is legitimately a trap game.
Okay. I think that's fair.
It's literally a trap game if we do not play Georgia football.
It's just full of traps. I love it. Okay. So then if you, having said all of this, if there was one game this year, because usually the way I ask this is like, if you could beat your rival, who would it be? When you're at the top of the food chain, kind of everybody feels like they're your rival, because I think it's easy to attach themselves to Georgia, right? And any team is going to be like Georgia, because you're at the top of the food chain. I get it.
Yeah.
But is there any game for you as a fan where you're going, man, we have to just beat them? Like, we might take some lumps, we might not, whatever, but like at the end of the season, if I can look back and go, we beat y'all, like that would be fantastic. Who would that be for you?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Because we don't like a lot of people.
the truth is, when you're at the top, you cannot like anyone.
Yeah,
because you want to beat, right? And and that's what I tell people, like, you're not supposed, this isn't supposed to be like friendly.
And trust me, Georgia, we're not friendly with nobody. We'll condone everybody else and give them a round of applause, but other than that, we could care less. Like that, it's Georgia and Georgia only.
I know. I get that as a Texas fan. Trust me, people like hate me, and I'm like, I don't do anything. Like, we haven't even played yet.
I mean, we done had smaller schools come in, and just because they get a stop and they get a third down stop and a 3 and out, they're like, yeah. And I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, TCU figured that out the hard way. Don't do that.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
I would actually have to say, and I'm just going to speak on my fan base,
okay.
Because me personally, it's the whole schedule, and it's everybody. But I would literally say, because they are coming to Stanford, it would definitely have to be Alabama. We would definitely have to be that Alabama game, especially after what happened last year. Literally making a major comeback like we did, and literally can almost win that game there.
Yeah.
That one would be number one. But literally right behind it, Georgia Tech. It would definitely be Georgia Tech. We do not like losing to Georgia Tech. We can't lose. The last time we lost to them, they tore up our hedges. So even though we're playing in Mercedes-Benz this year, we do that. That's rule number one. You do not lose to Georgia Tech. You don't lose to Georgia Tech. After that, if anybody else will actually have a say-so in something, it will be Florida. Definitely Florida. With that will be that one. That we just don't lose, and it probably be a tie between Tennessee and Auburn, depending on who you ask.
I like it
if they do that. But definitely, I think majority of the 99.9% of the fan base would definitely say Alabama, since we get them at home.
That's fair. I can respect that. If you could add one current college football player to your team, who would you add and why?
So disclaimer: if you didn't choose the G, okay, if you didn't choose this in the first place, it's good riddance for you. Okay, I am a firm believer. If Georgia is not where you want to make home and call home, then good for you.
Don't care about it. Okay.
But just having a conversation and knowing our quarterback situation, and if we could find somebody that we could have for 4 years, DJ Lagway is pretty good.
Ooh,
I'm still waiting for him to kind of.
He's the first. You're the first person who said DJ Lagway. I like it.
Yeah, DJ Lagway. I mean, and the thing is too, and this is no bias against Georgia, because we did have DJ Stockley. So, but to have another Black QB actually start for the school, that would definitely put that in there, because Justin Fields didn't work out like we wanted him to. Yeah. And then, like I said, we had Juwan Mathis, that didn't work out like we wanted it to. Jamie Newton, and we all know what happened with that. But just having that and kind of, I'm not saying that he reminds me of Stet, but having that mobility and having that little bit of a strength that probably could help Bobo out too with his play calling a little bit. So I definitely would go that way with that. Other than that, I love my defense. I love my offense. I'm not going to change those, but since we are having QB, but I like, hey, come on. Yeah. But as long as Billy is down there and in Florida, DJ gonna stay there. So we just gonna wish and pray at that point.
Yeah, and I think he's from Texas, DJ Lagway.
I think so too.
I think he is. Is he from? I think he's the one from Willis. I always get them all confused because obviously, the state. I'm like, where is he? Right. Okay. Yeah. I got it. I pegged him.
Trust me. Living in the DFW now. Shout out to North Crowley too. I respect them winning state. Shout out to North Crowley. Represent that 817, even though that's not what I represent, but I lived in Arlington, so yes. But shout out to them. Even shout out to like South Oak Cliff. Like a lot of these, I love to see like Texas schools, especially like what I know in the Dallas-Fort Worth, and I know about Houston and Austin and different things like that, but knowing some of these programs that have been coming up over the course of the years and different things like that, knowing some of these kids' background, working with them, because I used to do social work. So working with them on that level and knowing I am like so proud of them to come up, and some of these kids, it just shows that, Texas does have it. And sometimes they really be the inner city kids that y'all really got to go out there and recruit. Don't be out there in the country.
Facts.
That's what I always to the city.
go in the city. Literally go in the city. And the teams, like I always say, watch the film on the guy that you're recruiting, but pay attention to the other guy that they're playing.
Right.
Because he might have something. You just might not know him yet, but just like this is Texas, right? There's a lot of kids here. So.
I mean, Alabama came out and got the quarterback from Duncanville, Colorado, and got one of them. I think the one from North
They got
Crowley.
him from North Crowley. Somebody came and got somebody else from a school in San Antonio, and I was thoroughly impressed.
Yeah.
I was like, how do y'all know about San Antonio football? Like,
how did y'all? Shout out to Texas State, going over there to the Pac-12, getting some money down there to Texas State. I mean, again, I'm not condoning Texas. I'm a Georgia girl through and through. But living out there, I know these programs and just kind of just understanding. I just wish my school can do something. I'm not gonna shout them out because I really just. Growing up, I used to just hate wearing my school colors sometimes because I always called us either a mini Texas or a mini Tennessee, and I did not like that whatsoever. No, but
I
shout out to the
understand.
holy volunteers out there. But still, that just hurt to say.
But still, no. I understand. Well, we'll end this. What first, I want to know, is there any questions that you have for me at all? You absolutely don't have to ask me anything, but I just wanted to throw it out there. I was given that feedback, and the more I say it, it's actually really good feedback. And the person was like, you're having people on, like maybe they want to ask you something. And I thought, you know what? I'll ask. So great feedback. So this is me being an adult and applying the feedback I was given from somebody else. But you don't have to ask me anything.
No, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I love this. I'm always supporting women. I mean, literally, because I'm not gonna say we taking over, but we are one city at a time. But you know, it's good to have the conversation, especially with that, because again, a lot of people have their misconceptions about women literally in sport that we don't know anything. Unfortunately, I'm a daddy's
We haven't
girl.
played.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't care. I look, I tell people like this, I may have played powder puff, but I'm a mini Earl Thomas because I play safety. Don't play with me. You know, so it's
I thought I was Ray Lewis.
Look, I tell people, I'm a look. If I really had to go back, I'm an Eric Berry. I know he played for Tennessee, but I'm an Eric Berry. I love Eric Berry. Okay, so
I know that's right.
Like, it's what it is, you know. Again, so I really love this. I wish we could find more women that loves, like, you know, that are really into their college football teams, because again, we are here, honey. Yeah, I'm the biggest. When it comes down, do not call me, do not text me, do not bother me. I'm literally, I tell people, I put my hands on my hips. You know, I'm stressed. You know that Georgia got me stressed. I am going through it right now. Like, I
love it.
And so
I tell everybody too, because you like the NFL too, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I tell everybody, I'm like, Thursday through Monday, just leave me alone. Exactly. And if you don't know to leave me alone, I'm questioning if we're really friends. Because call me Tuesday or Wednesday. Why is this so hard? And an emergency is not.
Wednesday. Don't even call me Tuesday. I'm reviewing film at this point. I am reviewing film at this point. Like,
I love it.
Especially if my team lost. Leave me be. Just holler at me next week. Just don't even call me, because I am going through film. I'm having arguments. I am like, really, what was this call? What was this play? What was going on? Because now I am like, same thing with Georgia. I do the same thing with Georgia. I am literally, like, I literally was watching games the other day, just trying to go back and
figure it out.
So, yeah, exactly. So, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I pride myself on not watching film for that reason. Like, I don't even want to go back to, like, because in my mind, I'm like, I remember what happened on second down. I don't even want to see that crap again. Because then I'm just going to.
Games. I just go watch certain games. I go watch the games I want to go watch. I don't go watch certain games. I have not gone back and rewatched the national championship between us and Alabama. I have not gone. Matter of fact, any Alabama game I have not gone back and watched. Haven't went back and watched that SEC loss that we did to LSU. Haven't went back and did that. I haven't went back and watched the losses that we had to Florida or Tennessee. You know, I haven't went back and done none of that. Even the loss against Ole Miss, I'm not going back and watching that.
No, there's nothing to see. What do I need to see? I know what happened.
Exactly. I sit there and I turn the TV. Matter of fact, I fell asleep because I was pissed.
I love that. So I want to end this. Well, so we're going to end this 1 second, but what is your prediction for the Atlanta Falcons this year?
We better make the playoffs.
Okay.
If my Braves are sacrificing their season right now, they better make the playoffs. I look, they're sacrificing the season. Falcons, you are on the clock. I expect playoffs. Matter of fact, look, if y'all can make it to the second round, I'll be happier. Ooh. But if my Braves are legitimately sacrificing, literally, sacrificing, I have to sit here and watch them waste Ronald Acuna's year, literally, don't have no pitching. I expect y'all to make the playoffs. That's it. That's it.
Sorry. I can see you're passionate about that. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Well, is there anything else you want us to know about Georgia as we head into 2025, or really just anything you wanted to share that maybe you came into this hoping that you would share or think about or say that maybe I just didn't ask you haven't had an opportunity to share?
We still run the table. We still run the SEC. We really do. Everything is still, people thought, Texas things were going to have to come run through Texas. And I'm just like, well,
Who said that?
A lot of people. A lot, a lot of people thought that the SEC was going to be Texas. And I was like, well, let me tell you something, and no offense to you. But I said, if Texas could not run the Big 12 when Oklahoma even had down year, you really think they're going to come here and run an SEC conference that is loaded? Even Vanderbilt literally showed we can beat Big Bad Alabama.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So anything goes. This past year, especially with us not having division, really showed. You know what? I did forget South Carolina. That just shows you right there. I don't care about South Carolina. That is another team that gets on my nerves. But I know somebody like, wait a minute, you didn't mention South Carolina. That just shows you I don't care about them. I don't even like y'all name. But anyway, I
don't even like that state.
Yeah, I just and they're literally, and it's funny because my family's originally from Augusta. Columbia is nothing. So there you go.
Not even far.
Look, just
that's so.
But Georgia's still the standard. People, again, when you have people jumping into portals to get certain guys to beat you, you know that you're the standard. Even shout out to him because it's funny because my son actually goes to his high school that he pretty much committed to Texas. Even though we didn't get guys like him, it just still it's like a win for other teams. Like they're like, right. Oh yeah, Kirby's upset. No, Kirby's not. But literally, we lost 10, we bounced back with 2. So it's always one thing that you always have to stay 50, 100, 200 steps ahead of Kirby. He already has a plan. So right. I would definitely say that we're reloading. This may be a down year. If this is your time, you want to get Georgia now. I'm just being honest. If you really
there's our shot,
Georgia,
Texas. That's our shot, Texas. Go.
Yeah, get Georgia now because I promise you, this 2026 class that's coming in loaded. We always stay loaded. That's one thing, and I think that's what a lot of teams are now starting to realize is that you may lose players, but still continue to develop because even though we might not put our first and second stringers out there, our third and fourth strings are still something to compete with too.
I agree.
They may still be learning, but there's still something to compete with. I mean, again, ask TCU. They felt it. So again, literally, like I said earlier, when you have a whole NFL team legitimately calling themselves the Philly Dogs, that's when you literally have other teams like, well, if they won by drafting Georgia players, let me go get me a couple of Georgia players too. When you have that and you have literally coaches literally saying they love what Kirby is doing, we are still the standard. So I'm just going to leave with this, because at the end of the day, you still got to know who's coming down the track because it's the mean machine in the red and black. Because there's nothing finer in the land than that drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan. Go Dogs.